All right, so we built part of the front so far. We've done disabled and we've done the age thing. So the next thing to do is the military. So again, I'll go ahead and copy this, come down here, and it's going to stay inside the not disabled because remember, um, so if then we're going to do another else if, but well, let's just go ahead and do it like we did last time. So I'm going to go ahead and put a brace here, put a brace here, tab this in. All right, and then we'll do a start, Control C, Control V, and a stop, Control C, Control V, and this is going to be stop, start, military, and stop military. So I'm going to do Control C, Control V. Okay, so now we have the military exemption in there. So the next thing I need to do then is take military off, and let's go ahead and test it. See what happens. And I'm missing something on 32. Oh, yeah. Don't I always do that? You're probably screaming at me watching this. Hey, Mr. Brady, where's the parentheses? And where's the equal equal? Come on now. There we go. See, this happens when you rush. I'm trying to get this in under a certain amount of time. All right, so preview. It's taking me longer because of that. 150, shouldn't have done that. And disabled, no. Active duty, yes. Prime residence, yes. And then age, we'll do 10. And we can see that it took 20,000 off, 130, 4%. That math is good. So everything's good, but this is a mess. All right, it shouldn't have asked us if, so we asked for the age. All right, and then so what I need to do is else I need a brace and I need to tab this over, that's good, tab this over, bring it back. And so this is else not old. And let's put that in. All right, and then down here, stop disabled. We need a copy and paste. Okay, stop not old. So you can see that we had to add the extra braces in because what I want to do is as soon as it's not, their age is not old enough, I want to do the military question. So again, what I'll do is I'll copy this. Come on now. Control C. Control C. Then I'll comment it out, and then I'll put that right here. So if they're disabled, we'll do that, and we'll skip down to the math. Else, we'll see what their age is. If their age is that, we'll do that. If their age is not over 60, I think, then we will come down here and then do the not old part, which is to ask if they're military. And I think that'll be it. So we can see that we have a start brace, stop brace, start brace, stop brace, start brace, stop brace. This one's probably not lined up as nicely as we'd want. There you go. Actually, this should be out. There we go. There we go. Try to maintain a nice look and feel to it. We got 2 equal signs. All right, so now let's go ahead and see how this works. Wait a second. Yes, the age is going to be 35. And this is going to, oops, well, can't do that. Private residence is going to be no. Because now we can go ahead and do, whoops, not there. Now we can go ahead and do test number 3. So I tested it once to make sure that everything works. So it should be 200,000. Then change that. Okay, 200,000. And no. Prime residence, no. Age is 35. Military is yes. And you can see that everything is working perfectly with that. So we still have more work to do though, because we're still not done. Okay, let's go back to our problem statement. And you can see that if the home value, so before we do this math down here, so everything's working, but before we do this down here, we want to do this. All right, so let's go ahead and copy this, Control C. So this is after this figuring out what the exemption is, because this next part doesn't have anything to do with determining the exemption. Control V. This is a stacked if, so I'm going to put a parenthesis here. And when it's less than or equals to, you don't do equal equal. And there. So the tax rate is 0. And again, I'm going to have to do a start brace. Start. So no value. Let's do no tax value. That makes sense. Okay. And then the things we want to do from our flow chart is tax rate equal. Oh, you did that. What else? Well, let's just do tax rate 0 and see how that works. Okay, and then we're going to stop it right here. Close brace. Stop. No tax. Whoops. Uh-oh. No tax value. And then this is going to be an else. Now let's make that an else if. This is actually going to be a little bit different than the okay, let's see if this works. This is actually a little bit different than the other solution. Shows there's many good solutions. Uh-oh, semicolon missing. And many bad ones. So let's go ahead and let me put a semicolon here and get rid of that. All right, so this is a little bit different than what we had before, but let's see if this works. And let's see. Now we're going to do the middle one. Or the first, yeah, the middle one here. All right, so the value is going to be 30,000. Disabled is no. All right, and then the residency we shouldn't be asking either. So again, I'm going to go ahead and copy this, Control C, and then comment this out and move it down here. So, that's why we can't do else if. There we go. Well, then let's not move this yet. let's make sure that this, let's say, no, wait a minute. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep this commented, but not move the question. And let's preview it and see if this works. We might be missing something. Okay, 30,000. No to disabled. Age 75. All right, so they get that exemption. And there we go. All right, so you can see that by doing it this way, we have a negative 2,000 tax value, and we don't want to do that. So let's go back. We want to have a 0 tax value. So what happens is it's doing this tax value down here, and actually we don't even want it to do that. We don't want it to do that math. So let's come up here. So if this is 0, we want to do tax value equals 0, semicolon. All right, and then let's do the same thing. Let's see. And then tax owed equals 0. Okay, so we got all that. So if the home value is that, else, now this is what I want to do. I want to do else start positive value. All right, and then that would move over. That would move over. Well, trying to get these all to line up. It's because that's over too, not far enough. And then I want to move that to here. So prime, oh, I didn't even ask that. So Control C, Control V. All right, so now we have said, okay, if there's not a positive home value, then put zeros in everything. Other than that, let's go ahead and do some math. That means that this else, see that starts there, stop, start, stop, start. We need one more, close, stop, positive home value. All right, so now we have everything. A bunch of stops and starts, everything's working. Let's go ahead and I think that should be it. So let's go ahead and run it 3 times and see what happens. So the first time it's going to say 300,000 and yes for disabled and yes for prime residency. It's always best to put it as default values when you're going to run your test. And it shouldn't ask the age. All right, let's go ahead and preview it. Oh, I'm missing on 14. Like I'm missing a parenthesis. What did I do on 14? Oh, there you go. I'll put text in there. I'll put an O instead of a 0. All right, so 30,000. Yes. Yes. Shaboom. That works. Excellent. So moving on over. And then we'll test this. And this one is 30,000. I think we did. Did we just test this one? So 30,000. No for that. And then age, I think it's still set for 75, right? No, it's 35, so 75. All right, let's run it and see. 30,000, no. 75. Bam. Everything is zeros. Perfect. All right, last thing. Let's do number 3. Oh my gosh, 15 minutes in. All right, we're going to have to stop it after this one. We still have more work to do. All right, so for this one is 200,000 and no for disabled and 35 for age. All right, where's age? Prime residence, no. Whoops. And age has got to be up here somewhere, right? Yeah, right there. And this is going to be 35. $200,000, no. 35, yes. No. All right, and then that is working also. So since I don't want to do any more than this, you could put 2 fixed at the end of some of these others. Another thing you might want to do is down here, you might do this, because you notice it was 0.04. So we'll do convert tax rate for output, so people know why what we're doing this is for. And I'll do tax rate equals tax rate times 100. All right, and the reason why I'm doing that is instead of being 0.04, it should be 4%. So let's go ahead and run it again. So 20, okay, yes, no. And you can see that the percent. Now, the only other thing I want to do is add a percent to the back of that. Come on now. Oh. So this is the tax rate. So the tax rate was 6, and I want to join that with this text, which is the percent sign. All right, we'll run it one more time. I'm not going to get a chance to finish everything. Well, actually, this should be it. This is good. The only thing I didn't do was 2 fixed for $0.00. You could put that on there. You know what that's all about. But I wanted to show you how to change this over. And again, we do it down here because tax rate has already been fixed. We don't want to do this somewhere up in here. And then when they're using the tax rate in this math, if we multiply it by 100, this tax code would be crazy big. So we want to, okay, after everything is done, go ahead and convert the tax rate to a number that we want to use, and then add the percent sign to the end of that. All right, we did it in 2. This is a really long video though, but what can you do? All right, that's it. On to the next problem.